Hello and welcome to 8-Bit Orc, where today we're celebrating our first anniversary with the Xbox Series X. And answering that age-old question, is it a keeper? My Xbox Series X is now 1 year old, and it seems like a good time to do a deep dive into the features, games, accessories, and most importantly services offered by Microsoft in this first year. The Series X in itself is quiet. Matter of fact, it's super quiet. It starts so quickly and has been very stable. But the PlayStation 5 has been rather finicky in comparison. I'll cover more on that in my next video, 1 year with the PlayStation 5, so please subscribe so you can see as soon as that goes live. If you're a fan of physical media like me, then the Xbox Series X is the one to get. It can accept discs going all the way back to the original Xbox. It also has a 4K Blu-ray drive, which I find is quieter than my PlayStation 5 and become a go-to for playing any kind of physical discs. The user interface is, well, it's the same. I've never been a huge fan of the Xbox interface. It likes to throw a lot of ads at you and feels kind of dated. Microsoft also didn't bother upgrading the main menus to 4K until recently, which was an odd choice, considering being a 4K machine is one of the Xbox Series X's biggest selling points. But if you're used to the Xbox One's interface, you should have no trouble feeling at home with the Xbox Series X. Once you get used to the interface, it's not too hard to find what you're looking for, so it works well enough. Also, having backwards compatibility reaching all the way back to the original Xbox is something I hope influences the rest of the industry. Thank you, Phil Spencer. The Series X also has the ability to capture up to an hour of HD gameplay, which makes my job much easier. However, it does require you to hit game capture ahead of time and have a USB drive set up to capture video. Unlike the competition, which allows you to do this on an internal hard drive, and you can record up to an hour automatically. I'm hoping Microsoft will add this feature in the future. This limitation won't be an issue for most people, however. If you just want to record a short game clip of a sweet 360 no-scope, you can do that after the fact. The games released in year one for the Xbox Series X has definitely been its weakest point, as it doesn't really have any true exclusive games. Literally everything you can play on the Xbox Series X or S can be played somewhere else. But even looking at the newest Forza Horizon 5, it looks pretty damn good even on the original Xbox One hardware. Now here's that same scene on the Xbox Series X. The better frame rate does wonders, especially in racing games, but the leap in graphics is not mind-blowing. The ability to do this in 4K is really all the power is going. Considering how so many people have been unable to get their hands on next-gen hardware, it could be said that, Bernie, you take it from here.
That's a good thing.
The reduction in load times has been a huge step forward, but they haven't been eliminated completely, which is really what I was hoping for with this generation of gaming. I like the idea of the expansion slot for the SSD, but the prices now are just too high. I'm going to wait and hopefully we have a price drop sometime soon. In the meantime, I've been using an external drive. I just switch games back and forth between it when needed. I also love that if you're an Xbox One owner, any games you buy now will simply load up to the best version of the game possible when you get your hands on an Xbox Series X. There's no worries about buying the wrong version and then having to upgrade to a Series X version later. This is much better than the mess Sony has done with the next generation upgrade path. Xbox has also done an amazing job of upgrading older Xbox One games to take advantage of the Xbox Series X hardware, with better graphics, higher resolution, and improved frame rates. An item often overlooked, but perhaps the most important part of gaming is the controller. It's where the rubber meets the road in terms of gaming. You'll be spending a lot of time with these suckers in your hands, and we've started to take these amazing controllers for granted. This is kind of a good thing, because controllers have been refined so well over the years that there's really not that much that needs to be changed. And the Xbox took that to heart, and really didn't change much. The biggest change altogether has been the addition of the share button in the middle of the controller, which allows you to easily take screenshots or record short videos without needing to dive into the menus. You have a new, more textured backing, making it easier to hold on to, and less likely to slip out of your sweaty gamer hands. They've also included a headphone jack, which wasn't included in the original version of the Xbox One controller, but was added later after a lot of whining from the internet. They also upgraded to USB-C, which should be taken for granted nowadays, but is somehow not a guarantee in all electronics. The camera I'm shooting on right now, which I bought this year, is using USB micro for some reason. Come on, Sony. Another great thing about the new Xbox controller is it's completely backwards compatible. So I can use this with my Xbox One, as well as I can use my Xbox One controllers with my new Series X. Also, I can plug this directly into the PC, no problems, no drivers, setup required, it just works. One thing I do wish that it had was the haptic feedback available in the PlayStation 5 controller, which gives you more accurate rumble sensations when you're doing things like skating over ice or blasting off into space. Then there's also the Xbox One Media Remote. I've had this controller for years and got it with my Xbox One originally. It works perfectly with the Xbox Series X, no setup required, just point at it and it works. That's backwards compatibility at its best. There are two primary services you can find on your Xbox Series X. First, you have Xbox Live Gold, Secondly, you have Xbox Game Pass, which can be combined together to make Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. First, we'll look at Xbox Live Gold. This is a must-have service if you're playing online games, and it's a premier service to do so, with industry-leading party chat and matchmaking. You also get access to free games every month with Xbox Live Gold under the Games with Gold service. However, all of these games are the same ones you would get with an Xbox One system. I do feel the amount and quality of these games is worth the price of the service alone, if you're someone who has time to play them. If you're the kind of person who just plays a few games like Call of Duty and Madden and that's it, then these games likely won't seem worth your time. You know who you are. I do, however, feel the quality of these games has lagged behind those offered by Sony with PlayStation Plus. Having 20 of last generation's legitimately best games is tough to compete with, but I'd like to see them try. I also don't like the way the schedule is staggered. It makes it hard to remember and requires you to check more often or risk missing out on free games. I really do wish they would just go to a once a month game schedule. And now the part you've all been waiting for, Game Pass. Game Pass really is the best deal in gaming. For a mere $14.99 a month, you get access to a huge library of games, and all the features of Xbox Live Gold. You can buy Game Pass alone for $11.99, but really, if you've come this far, you want the ultimate package. There are a number of high-quality third-party games, and the first-party collection has grown a lot with Microsoft's recent purchase of game studios such as Bethesda. The fact that you also get access to so many first-party games day one is kind of flabbergasting. This includes first-party releases such as Halo, Forza Horizon 5, and even Microsoft Flight Simulator. Every game I mentioned here is also available on PC through Game Pass, so you don't even really need an Xbox to take advantage of this. Or you can do like me and have both. Have one person play on the PC and another person playing on the Xbox. An Xbox Series X, paired with Game Pass, really could keep even the most dedicated gamer busy all year long with the breadth and quality of games available. 1 year later, I must say I'm very happy with my purchase of my Xbox Series X. Well, it hasn't been a revolution in gaming, it's definitely been a refinement in every single way. I do feel that if you're still using an Xbox One system, most of what I said here still applies to you as well. But if you have a 4K TV and it's a luxury you can afford, I definitely wouldn't regret buying one again. Well, there it is, 1 year with the Xbox Series X. I hope you liked this video and perhaps found it helpful. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe as it helps that YouTube algorithm. Thanks again and see you guys next time. Hello and welcome to 8BitOrg, where today we're celebrating our first anniversary with the Xbox Series X. And stop breaking things.